Welcome back, wonderful people, to a new epic episode of Mac Music Review. Today we're looking at the H.E.R album, I Used to Know Her. I believe this is her debut album. The critics and the fans have not really responded to this album in a very positive or excited way, even though H.E.R is one of the most, hyped up names in R&B right now. One of the most, there's so much attention on her. Like, she's like the it person for R&B right now. Like, everyone couldn't wait for this album to come out. People were super excited, and there's a lot of hype and steam generated from her EPs, and then the I Used to Know Her EPs, or mixtapes, or whatever you want to call them. And this is her debut album, I believe. And it came out, and it was just kind of dead on impact. People didn't really talk about it. But just the sheer legacy, just the sheer steam and drive and notoriety around the name H.E.R, this rising R&B star who's already won like 3 Grammys. This album, just on that hype alone, has been nominated for Album of the Year at the Grammys. And today I want to look at this album and say, is it a good album? First things first, I don't listen to R&B music. Like, that's one of those genres that I'm really just totally unfamiliar with. It's like metal music, R&B music, and salsa music. I don't know anything about salsa music or classical music. I'm not knowledgeable about that either. But I'm happy to report that this album is a vibe all the way through. It's got like 22 tracks, I think. 21 tracks, and I'm vibing the entire time. An hour and a half of vibes, basically. I like the cinematic quality of the first track, We Made It, with the vocal diversity and that interesting music. I like that, kind of chill, and this whole thing is very chill. Like, for the most part, it's a very chill album. I like that chill vibes coming off of Trauma, like the flow of Trauma and the backing music. Like, it's a vibe, man. The track with Lil Baby, Find a Way, is pretty good. And while the whole thing definitely is not the most memorable album, which I can definitely see as a negative, while I'm listening to it, I'm enjoying like pretty much every single song, which is pretty amazing given that there's 21 tracks. Like, it's amazing how consistently good the album is, even if it's not consistently great or consistently memorable. If you put on any of these songs and we were hanging out in your car, like, I would be vibing. I would vibe with any of these songs. They're all a vibe. They all have good music, in my opinion. They all have a good presence and good vocals by H.E.R. And I'm honestly just having a good time with this album. Like, I just enjoy it. The whole thing is a vibe, and that's pretty much all I have to say. This and the Taylor Swift review, y'all are not getting like good, like in-depth quality reviews. I feel like my Lil Nas X review is better. I want a little more in-depth, but I really just don't have a lot to say about this. I think it's really good. I think it's remarkable how consistent it is with 21 tracks. Like, I'm vibing the whole time. I don't even have a problem really with the length. It's not the most memorable thing. It's not something I'm going to come back to, but I think it is well made, and I think H.E.R does a really good job. I'm going to have to give it a 3.5 star rating out of 5. These Grammy nominees, man. I have given every single Grammy nominee so far a positive review, and I'm almost done with this. I've given every single one besides Donda and the Jon Batiste album a 3.5 out of 5. That's impressive. I'll link all those reviews in the description. But, guys, I can't believe it. I can't believe I'm enjoying these Grammy nominees as much as I am. And like I just said, I think a great score is a 4 out of 5. I think that means it's a great album, an album that's definitely worth listening to and coming back to over and over again. We're listening to it multiple times. And pretty much all these albums I've given a 3.5 are not albums I'm going to come back to. They might have songs that I like that I might add to my playlist or whatever, but they're not albums that I love. And as far as my chances of this winning, I'm going to give it a 5% chance. Like, it's got better odds of winning than Donda, in my opinion. Like, better odds than Lady Gaga, better odds than Jon Batiste. Like, it's good, guys. It's a good album. H.E.R. Back of my mind. Not really sure where all the hate is coming from. I guess maybe comparatively the EPs and the mixtapes are a lot better than this, but I haven't listened to the EPs and the mixtapes, so I really have no idea. Thanks for watching the video. Have a great rest of your day.